boys.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The lads.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The dudes.
Prepare yourself for BOYSCAST.
The bros.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The homies.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The dudes.
Experience the BOYSCAST.
The boys. Cast.
Finally, he's in the building. Impractical Jokers, the Misery Index, No Press Network, the Tenderloins, obviously.
Right on.
The great Sal Vulcano, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. I'm sorry it took so long.
Yeah, it's fine.
I have the best intentions.
Worth the wait.
It's New York.
We'll see.
Dude, you're the one. I feel like you're one of the people I know that probably the busiest person I know that does a pretty good job of being busy.
Okay.
Where you're still like you get to all the things.
Yeah.
You're set. If you're doing it right, if you do a day of podcasts, you're like you collect them and then you're just like, okay, today I'm doing 10 things.
Yeah.
I'm always just like, I totally want to do this. It might take a minute. Please bear with me.
Yeah, you know what? You have the nice personality that I was just in Milwaukee and like the Midwest, and I forgot being in New York what it's like when people are nice. That it just feels suspicious.
Right, it does. It's so true. It's like, what does this person want from me?
Yeah,
Well,
dude.
because when someone's nice to you in New York, they're trying to scam you.
Yeah, you go. What the fuck are you? What are you? You go. Oh shit.
I'll do it. Let's do it.
You know what?
I'll go down with it.
Is that fine?
That's fine. Yeah, okay, me.
Yeah. When people in New York are nice to you, you're like, something is about to happen.
Yeah, you like kind of almost like don't like them a little bit. You're like, what's this person's problem?
Well, you
I
think
do-
something's up.
Yeah.
Something's like for sure up.
When I got in the Uber and I started talking to the lady and she was like, where are you from? And blah, blah. And I said, have you ever been here? And she goes, oh, the downtown's this. She goes, if you want, like before I drop you off, I could just do a little tour and show you the places. And I'm like, the fuck are you doing? What?
Yeah.
Ryan's
I want my kidneys. Thanks.
Yeah.
That is in New York. If someone's like, hey, you want me to just like give you a little tour around? You're just like, yeah, you'll wake up in a bathtub.
I live here, and I still, when I'm going through like Times Square, I still take my wallet and put it in my front pocket.
Yeah.
every time.
Well, it's
because I'm
not
like,
bad. 'Cause you're- 'cause
these
you
people
live
are
here.
professionals.
Yeah.
You know, they're gonna touch me here just lightly, and I'm gonna be wearing no pants. You know, so it's like, but no, when I go to like, I was just where the hell was I recently? And I was like, I like to go into the town, you know, and like go eat at a place that's like a local
just
place.
like see the
find
place.
the local record shop, find, you know what I mean? And I've been missing a sense of community.
Right.
Yeah.
I've realized this because especially like myself living in New York and stuff, like I don't really like because sometimes if I go out, I will have to deal with being recognized, right? So like I don't just do
I would
like
imagine.
like the same exact things I used to do, like they're few and far between now.
You can't just go to the glory hole. They know it's you.
They know it's me. They know it by the markings. And now at this point, no. But like in a small town, like I don't care. Like it's just like so nice. Like to talk to these people, and I've been doing it so much now on the road. Like I'll get up early, go get a coffee, just walk around the town. But I'm like
a retired guy attitude.
It. Like walking down the street, I'm like, hey, you know, like and it's just so
Someone's
nice
like, hey, sorry to bother you. You go, actually, I have like 20.
So I've been doing that like out of town a lot, and it's been really nice. Like it feels like the way people
For sure.
be.
I mean, my last apartment I lived in, we lived there for 2 years. I moved out and I go, I've never met a neighbor. I've never met one of my neighbors.
And if you do meet them, it's because they're mad at you.
Yeah, but
or
I'm
vice
like,
versa.
I left that. I go, I couldn't, like, I think I met one, like, I saw one neighbor in the hallway and then I was like, didn't know their names. And then I never met another one of my neighbors. And I go, that's like so crazy.
Yeah.
For 2 years.
Sometimes you're in the elevator with people and no one's saying anything, but you're in the building you live in, you know, it's like, and just like, I don't know, I don't know.
Yeah, it's jail politics. It's like an op. Like if you walk by, you know what I mean? You walk by, you're just like, okay, what are you doing there?
Yeah, you don't look into somebody else's like apartment or whatever. You get beat up. Like,
no, the only thing is I have a sauna in my building, so I have friends now, sauna friends.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
You got sauna up now.
The sauna friends.
What happens?
We know the type of friends men make in sauna.
We actually don't talk about what happens in the sauna, so don't worry about it.
Do they say like when we're not home, use a sauna, or do you sitting in a sauna with them?
Yeah, the sauna's in the one.
Has a pool. My friend has a pool, and he was nice enough to give me a key to his house, and said like, if I'm not home, you go use the pool. You know?
It's in the apartment.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying like they have the sauna. Like you can't be on his schedule. Like sometimes you need the sauna. It would go a long way if he just said, "Here's a key, use a sauna."
Whatever you want, you know what I mean. My place is your place.
I mean, I'd love to have sauna access like that.
You know what else I've been seeing an epidemic of is Uber drivers. I've had 2 2 in a row that Uber drivers the minute you get in the car, they start telling you that that they only do Uber. Like they're like, I only do this because of this. I actually have a business. This guy, me and JJ were with the guy. He went through an hour of telling us that he has 3 businesses all worth $1 million each.
Yeah.
And it was 9 a.m. and he was driving me to the airport on Saturday. And it was like, why are you doing
I do actually find that in like, you get that more in like, never in New York, but like in small cities where some people are like, yeah, I'm like,
They always
sit
tell
at
me.
home and I just kind of like to drive Uber. and
hate
just
the wife.
Yeah, just like to get out of the house and talk to people.
They're like, I can turn on and off whenever I want. I'm like, I know how it goes, you know. Like I just do it to make extra money.
Yeah, I had a guy
I know.
in Florida, I think, in like probably Fort Lauderdale, who's like, he's like, I own all these homes, and he's like, I'm basically like, I'm rich.
Yeah.
I'm rich.
But they like to chat.
But he's just like, I just like drive Uber. Like, I don't know.
I bet you there are a few people that are like filthy rich that do it because they like to talk.
Yeah. That's on this guy.
It's got to be real. It's
like,
gotta be a
they
few.
like to drive, go for a drive.
Yeah.
You know?
The drive's fine, but then he was like, I just do it because I like to talk. And I was like, okay, well, sorry, it's 8 a.m. and I just fucking haven't slept. And like, sorry, I'm not much like talking. He goes, where you from? I go, I just told you.
No, when they don't listen, when you have when I take the first flight home every time now on the weekend. So it's usually a 5 or 6 a.m. flight. So you're in an Uber at 4 o'clock in the morning, and these people that you get in, they're like the music is blasting,
Crazy.
and they want to talk to you, and it's just like
They must really want to talk
Because
to
they're
you,
probably at
too.
the end of their shift.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So they're
yeah,
probably
yeah,
like,
yeah.
need this to just stay
they'll tell
awake.
you,
And they're
I'm just coming at the end of it. I'm like,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah,
man,
like
can you lower this EDM?
Midwest getting an Impractical Joker in the car. That's like a story for them for the week.
Yeah, they're just like, what the fuck? Really, anyway, no one ever thinks they're gonna see me.
Are you ever scared? That's what
it's so funny, like now how normal Ubers are, but like when it first started, it's like, wait, I'm sorry, like I'm just gonna get in this person's car.
Yeah.
Like it's just unsanctioned.
I know.
You know, like it is weird.
It
to
was
just be-
weird.
and also from their perspective, like letting people into their car. Like I remember when it first started
Right.
too. One guy was like, I was like, "Do you deal with drunk people?" He's like, "So many drunks."
Exclusively.
And I was like, "He's like, that's where like most of the work is, like picking up people from the bars and stuff." And I was like, "So do you get people that get sick in your car?" And he's like, "Yeah, but I like it."
I had a
And I
bike
said,
in
"Why?"
the
He goes,
car.
I get 150 if they
Yeah,
puke."
yeah. If they
He's like,
puke,
I have,
it's
and he got out, showed me, opened the thing, and he had a like one of those baskets with all the cleaning supplies in it. He's like, they puke. He's like, I got all this. I wipe it right up. It's an automatic 150 for me.
Yeah.
So he's like, I like it. Yeah,
So he's like driving crazy, like really trying to get there.
I'm like, all right, I get it, but also like, how many times has the car I'm sitting right now been puking?
You never had one?
You're welcoming the puke.
I had a puke coming back from Ari's party.
You did?
Not me.
Oh, you
The
smelled.
woman.
Oh, you were in a Uber pool?
Yeah, no, with my girl. And then the guy was like super mad, and I go, buddy, you think I'm happy about this? And he goes,
Right.
yeah, fair. And then I go, want me to help you clean it up? He goes, yeah. And then by the end of it, we were like joking around, and then
Yeah. That's tough.
he gave him the 200. Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, because he's getting this.
One
She
time
had
I-
3 fucking White Claws.
One time my wife threw up on a plane because it was so much turbulence.
Deep throating.
And yeah, turbulence and coupled with the deep throating. No, but it was like I felt so bad for her, but I also felt like I'm so sorry, like to everybody
Yeah,
else.
yeah.
But she was silent and she did it in the bag. I never really saw anyone do it. Like the
I've
bag,
done it one
the
time.
bags work.
I've done the bag one time.
Yeah.
I was coming back from Montreal to when I lived in Toronto, and I did GHB the night before,
Oh my god, dude!
like recreationally. Nobody drugged me.
Whoa.
And I never done it before. And then I was on the plane, and it just hit some pocket of turbulence. It's like an hour flight or something. It's so quick.
you had the GHB pukes.
Yeah, it was like some small flight, and it just went like one of these, and I was just like, and I filled that fucking bag up. And the whole thing is you have to
Look
kind
at
of and you have to just
Saved it for later. Oh,
It grosses me. I feel your nausea.
And then you have to hold the bag,
Yeah.
right? Because like they don't come and like get it from you.
Yeah.
Right? So then I kind of like tie like
roll
a
it up.
coffee. It's like
Yeah,
a coffee
yeah.
bag where you like do the things, and then I'm just holding it for the rest of the flight.
Yeah, it's like a walk, and then you walk out with the bag. of
Well,
puke.
no, I walk and I go, what do I do with this? And then the flight attendant was like, just give it to me.
She took it.
She took it, yeah.
Wow, friendly skies.
Yeah, it was nice.
oh yeah, you are the grossed out guy. I feel like
Well, a bag of puke though.
Bag of
You got to
puke's
give it
nice.
to me.
Oh, I'm the exact same way, dude. I remember like even with prank stuff before, because that like doing it was always the like gross stuff where I'm like, there's no way that I could do it. And then I figured out that I could puke easily for gross stuff, and you're like, that's always funny.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'll gag. If you start gagging, I'll start gagging.
Yeah. And it's always kind of funny.
They do it to me all the time on the show. Like if they just talk about something or I smell something, it's like it starts like and it doesn't stop.
I feel like there's 3 genres of like on the street fucking with people in prank content. There's like one genre that's like just like funny, one genre that's sort of like jackass, like I'm gonna kick you in the balls, like pain, and then gross out's probably like the third category.
Yeah, gross is bad.
Gross
bad.
Oh man,
I'm more of a get kicked out of a malls guy. I'm less of a eat cockroaches guy.
Tom Green, remember when he had doing the interviews with the shit on the mic?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I would have lost it. Yeah, but when I'm in like even like the airport bathroom, it's always amazing to me how people just let loose in the public restrooms.
Yeah,
sure.
Like there's not even any like cover, like trying.
Nothing.
Like you're in the urinal and someone you just hear them just
go to town.
Evacuate.
I know.
Yeah, and I can't even. And then moments later, it's like I run out, but like. I will audibly go, oh, like I don't even care. It's like you have no shame. No. Why would I? I'm grossed out. It's like I don't need to hear this.
Ask for a courtesy flush.
It's so weird what's acceptable when you go in there. It's
I know. I always wait for the dryer to come on.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
if I ever have to take a shit in a public restroom, which is like I've done it like 3 times in my life.
Yeah.
It's like a whole thing, man.
You won't do it.
I won't do it. If I can, I'll hold it in as best.
I do the leg up on the stall door, and
you gotta hang. I hang paper on the cracks of the doors because
whoever gets seen.
The engineering on those doors, like there's that much.
Yeah.
I hang those there. I put like half a roll on the seat, and then I put
take your shirt off.
Then I put so much like Costanza. Yeah. I put like so much of the roll in the. I like soak up the water with the
really.
I make a whole like because I don't want anything splashing.
Right.
No, that really you put some. Dude. You put paper down.
Yes. Yes. Like,
holy shit!
You know when you bungee jump and there's like the padding there.
Sure.
You know, like that's put that
crazy.
I don't want anything splashing.
Why don't you bring your own like seat covers that come with you?
I
like,
would.
Well, I mean, it's like you're traveling with like a neck pillow.
I mean, it would probably fit inside the neck pillow.
The neck pillow is the cushion, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just put on a bag, like a plastic bag over it.
Yeah.
It's the shape and everything.
It is exactly the shape.
No one's thought of that.
That's pretty.
Dude, that thing they just did that in China, because for like they have all these like smart toilets and stuff. So if you go to a toilet in a lot of places in China, if you want to get toilet paper, you have to pay for it. So like, you know how you use your phone to like buy shit? You have to like use your phone or credit card, or you have to watch like a 45-second ad, like how you get the internet.
You got to put the time in to get the paper. Oh, that's so ridiculous.
Isn't that crazy? Like you just you're like, I need it so bad. Sitting there being like Verizon.
Cricket. Cricket wireless, $40 all in.
Dude, that's going to come here. All the shit that goes to China, like eventually it gets here. But
I mean, dude, honestly though, I like the pay toilets. Like if Europe is big with the pay toilets.
I've seen those ones where the thing, the cover comes on automatically.
They have those ones, but like if you just go to like, for example, like a train station in like Rome or something, like you have to pay to use the toilet. Like it's like 50 cents or something.
Yeah. They see you and they go, there's a vig.
I think
you're going to be able to.
I think just a little something.
A little of the riffraff out.
And it just keeps whatever percentage of that population is that like wouldn't dare pay 50 cents. You don't want them in there
exactly.
Anyway.
Honestly, like I used to be like, this is an abomination.
Right.
That I'm in a train station right now and you're going to charge me 50 cents to go use the toilet. And then I totally was like, no, that's great. That's actually 50 cents.
It's like a light fee.
It's like it's just
now that you have it on your phone, it's easier.
Yeah. Well, now, but honestly, that is great value.
Yeah.
We've been trained to just think that we're owed toilets.
Well, so but then also the other side is you go places.
I just paid $7.
Exactly, right?
You know, 50 cents to take a shit when in an emergency situation. It's like
amazing.
Really, I'll buy the coupon book.
Right, but then you go places like Australia, and they're like, if you want condiments, you have to pay for them. I go, no.
No, that's ridiculous.
You go, if I buy if I get French fries, you have to provide the ketchup.
Oh, that's
I'm not paying extra.
Sometimes
for the
they'll do
ketchup.
that. They get cutesy with that here some places. So
That's
it's like
crazy.
50 cents for the whatever.
Yeah.
If it's a struggling business, I get it, but
Yeah, but that's like a policy, a standard policy.
But then you go to someone's house and they're like, want some ketchup, and they pull out a drawer of all the Wendy's ketchup, and you go, this is why.
yeah, exactly right. Yeah, I click no utensils on Seamless. I have a thing with plastic and stuff. I try not to, whatever. Right?
Have your germ stuff ever gotten out of control, like Howie Mandel style, where it?
I do just do pounds like him.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, only because like people,
That's just common sense,
try to
though.
shake my hand all day long.
Yeah.
and it's just like I will get sick. I will.
That's fair.
Yeah. So it's like I just do that. And like it's weird because that sets the initial tone of every single exchange. So people are just like, okay,
I know.
and it's always a top. And I don't want it to be a
I
topic.
don't know the answer for that because
Yeah.
I find that as well. My answer is I always, after I shake a bunch of people's hands, I try not to touch myself and not always fucking wash my hand. But it's like, you're right. It's like the world needs to decide handshakes are over.
Yeah.
There's too many people.
I just go, can I do this? And they go, oh, and I go, it's not you, it's me. And I just keep moving.
But you have to explain yourself.
Yeah, I have to say it. Yeah, or I'll carry like anti-bac, but if I ever like don't have it for some reason, and then I accidentally shake a hand, I'm just like I'm walking around. You would think I'm
contaminated.
I'm walking around like this because you won't think about it. And you'll go like that or whatever, or you'll touch.
Oh, worse,
Yeah,
dude. I
yeah.
don't think about it, and I'm like, fuck. Fucking hands halfway down my throat.
What am I doing?
Oh, why did I? Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, but it does feel
Get
like
a clammy one or something like that.
I've been getting clammy
Oh,
ones, man.
man, bro.
I always think with the clammy guys, I go, how do you have the audacity to shake someone's hand with that clammy of a hand?
I know. And why
Aren't
is
you
it,
embarrassed?
Why is it clammy?
Maybe
They're nervous.
They're nervous.
Oh, is that what happens?
Yeah, that's straight up nervous.
Okay.
Yeah. But if I was that nervous, I'm dripping.
I don't think I've had clammy hands.
You haven't met an Impractical Joker. Gets you nervous.
I don't know, man. I feel like my hands are always just like room temp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm on my laptop working, sometimes I'll for a while I'll be typing,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
I lift my hands up, and my laptop is just like covered in sweat.
That's another thing. Like if you go and use like in the office and stuff, people are like, oh, let me see. Like we're writing on the laptop. I don't want to really touch anyone's laptop.
You know what it is because I feel like a lot of the stuff's sort of reasonable, but it makes you feel like it's like you're having sex with a girl and she doesn't want to wear a condom, but you have to be like, I'd actually prefer to. You kind of feel like a bitch.
Yeah. But you got to do it.
Right.
I don't know. And
But that's where you have to be like, can we just?
Yeah.
Because you're breaking the norm, but the norm's wrong.
Exactly. But I got branded this, on the show, this started way before the show because I was bartending, and every night people would want to shake my hand hello every night, and so I would do
Who wants
it.
to shake the bartender's hand?
Yeah, well, I was
just like, hey, I just want to say, I'm super drunk. Can I shake that? I want to shake the hand of the man that got me this drunk.
Neighborhood spot, right? So everybody's
best Guinness I've ever had.
Yeah. So I would just do it and then go. I had like my hands like skin was falling off because I would like anti-bac after every dab.
Yeah, you're like a nurse or something.
Yeah, and so like I got like
but just have a glove on, bartending glove. Is that for
just a latex glove. But
Are you into flair? No, it's for shaking hands.
So I'm not really like this germaphobe, but like
If you're saying it's pretty normal shit.
Yeah, because if I get sick and like I was getting sick, and then I
don't screw you.
I'm sick like 6 to 8 weeks min if I get a cold.
Yeah.
like it doesn't matter what I pump into my
6
body.
weeks for a cold?
Yeah, man, it just lingers and lingers and lingers. So
Yeah.
it's like I just
That was the
gotta
last
run.
one I had. It was like, honestly, I want to say I was sick for a month.
He's been
It
sick
sucks.
for 42 years.
Yeah, it was honestly like a month. I go,
So
what's
it's like,
going on
why,
here?
yeah, I'm just gonna avoid it at all costs. Just like I said to myself, I'm done with hangovers. And I said that like just years ago, and I've never drank to that point again, ever
Yeah.
again. I just
Really?
I was like, I cannot sustain. I never want to feel like this again. And I don't.
I'm kind of getting to that point.
So you
to
have
be
four
honest.
for like a 3-4 tops?
Yeah, that's it. I'll have a martini.
That's the sweet spot,
If I
though.
even drink like a nice dinner or something, maybe I'll have like a martini or something like that, or like some wine. But that's it. I stopped doing like shots. I stopped drinking to get. Also, it was taking like too long to get drunk.
Yeah.
Now I'm probably remember I bartended for like a decade, so it's like I had a tolerance. Like it didn't pay. Like why am I going to do like 2-3 shots for what? You know what I mean?
Well, it's a cycle. I heard like a lot of radio guys, you know, the guys that do radio every day. I actually heard Tucker Carlson talking about this, that he was like a crazy fucking drinking like a vodka every single morning. Like, dude, I know so many radio guys.
Never did it in the morning.
When you're doing 5 hours a day and then you get here at 9 and you're like, I got to do 3 hours. It was
you
like
take that edge off.
And then it's a cycle where you're just like, oh, and now I'm never not drunk.
Yeah, man. No, I was always good with that. Never really it was never anything an issue and everything. But I found like I discovered weed in like 2018, and like that helped. That helped
As
a
an
lot.
adult.
Yeah, the first, and so like I don't even smoke that much anymore. I got heavy pandemic. We probably all did.
Yeah.
And then now it's just like I'll smoke like a few nights a week at night only, and just like not like a third of a joint.
As opposed to having 6 beers.
Yeah, and it's just to like.
I love how some
I won't
people
stop
when they're-
thinking if I don't-
People are just some people are probably like, you just don't have to do either, and you're like, okay, in the real world here.
I'm trying not to do either, but like the weed really does help turn my brain off. Otherwise, it's just not. It just doesn't stop. You know, like it's like a fucking mental prison. So it's like,
Dude, I don't know if you saw today. By the way, is the Rapture? Have you seen this?
no.
Yeah, it's supposed to be today.
So-
Today or
I don't
tomorrow.
need another
I think
thing, but
it's
tell me.
People
today or tomorrow.
Today or tomorrow.
So,
Yeah.
well, no.
oh, like
so
like a doomsday, like a.
people that are listening to this,
Jesus is
it
coming
already
back.
didn't happen, or this episode is not being listened to.
Yeah, we're not live. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but dude, this is like taking over the internet because any delusion you have is kind of why I'm bringing it up.
Yeah.
It can fucking take over like your brain and just that's all you think about, right?
Yeah. There was that one in like 2021 or something that was supposed
The
to be
Mayan
like,
calendar.
Yeah, that one.
was like in 20.
that came and went. And there was Y2K.
Believe it or not, they've all come and went.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, there's been calls for the rapture, end of the world for thousands of
What's
years.
today's? Who sponsors today?
This is like a Christian one. And Danny's right that it's 3 days, but it started out, it's one day. And then they started to get cold feet about whether it was going to happen, I think.
yeah.
So they started being like, it's actually a bit of a range. So it could be, you know what I mean? But I think it's just called the Rapture. I think
Yeah,
this
it's the
is
rapture. It's Jesus comes back for 1,000
This
years.
is the
They just
Christian
took a
one.
generic one. They just called the Rapture.
No, the
Well,
rapture.
I think that's the classic.
This
the
is like
Christian one.
this is the one.
This is the one. This is Jesus comes back.
how
Like
did that,
basically,
how did that not come across my desk?
if this guy's correct, then Jesus Christ, the Son of God, will be returning to Earth today or tomorrow.
Probably a week ago.
A week ago, yeah.
Tuesday.
Yeah. It comes back on a Tuesday or maybe a
Not
Wednesday.
Sunday.
Not Sunday.
the day of the Lord.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, he wanted to let them have one last pray.
What do those people do after it passes? Are they like? Do they resign themselves that?
How do they take their TikTok channel that's all about the Rapture?
Right.
How do they pivot?
No, but that is a lot of their identities.
I think
and they
it's-
bank everything on
Yeah.
it. They triple down on it.
I know.
So then when it doesn't happen, are they like, do they have a scapegoat? It's like, oh, it could also be this day. Or are they like, what do they say?
I don't know,
And I
because-
need answers right now, guys.
Yeah,
I need them from you.
No, I think you're right though. Well, some of them are, and it's even worse than what you're saying because some of those guys, like, there's a bunch of videos right now of like some Uber driver that like picked the people up from the church and they gave him $5,000 because they are like, we have to give away all our money. Dude, there's girls right now being like, I don't know what to do with my dog, and he was like, it's so sad because my dog's gonna be dead, and you know, and the churches all do this weird thing where they raise money, but you're just like, why are you raising money if you think the rapture's happening? Because they don't really believe it.
What is the money for?
The pastors, I guess a lot of these pastors, they're just like, you know, give us your money because you're all dying, including me, but, you know, I might as well have
It doesn't
the money.
track.
Yeah, it doesn't track.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's going to be dead. What do you mean, what are you going to do with your dog?
Yeah.
You don't, you know what I mean?
No,
Dog's going to heaven with
sorry.
me.
I should
Yeah.
explain.
Yes,
Okay,
okay.
so this rapture is different. So what happens in this one is essentially heaven like opens up. I'm paraphrasing. Heaven opens up.
It's above, obviously.
And then
it's up there.
They beam all the people that are going to heaven up. And then everyone else that's bad.
I guess
like
I'll just
you,
be on the ground and be
is-
like, later, Ryan. It's fun knowing you.
So everyone else is left on Earth. And then some people started arguing, being like, no, that's not what happens. What actually happens is the hell opens up and they take all the bad people, the Democrats is what they said. That's what they said in the thing. they all
Even
go,
the moderates?
yeah, all the gays, they go, "Ah."
Especially the modern.
Right. I think the moderates stay on Earth, and then the sinners go down, and then the something like that. But basically, the main one is like UFO style beamed up to heaven.
Yeah.
And you have to be naked to get beamed up. So
Now you're fucking with me.
I'm not. I swear.
No.
I swear.
That sounds like that.
Did they take your clothes off, or are they like, we're waiting?
Or maybe it beams you out of your clothes.
Is Jesus like shit or get off the pot right now?
If I was in this like world and I thought it was coming, if once they told me that, I would be like, this is suspicious. Like, even if I wanted to believe, I'm like, it just sounds like your friends are all in on it. Like, all right, and then we just got to get our clothes off, and then it's gonna happen. So don't forget. What are you gonna do at noon? You're gonna take your clothes off. Like, all right, and it's like, guys, what's going on?
Yeah, you pulled enough pranks when you know when what's pulling one on you.
Why? Like, what is the reasoning behind it? Like,
well, Sal doesn't want to get naked, so I guess we're not going to heaven.
That's funny. I was raised Catholic, but I'm not religious at all, But sometimes you see. Look, I'm not taking anything away from anybody, whatever, right? But
they're already wrong listening to this podcast.
Well, the Rapture was crazy, but even people you just see sometimes you see like actually intelligent people, and talking about this stuff, and it's just like to each his own, I guess. But it's like I don't know how you could.
I think that's the internet is, people, it's mostly women, and they are like obviously, psychologically a little more adherent to social pressure. So if like everyone around you starts saying this, it just becomes like, oh, okay,
Dude,
so I think there's that, and then the internet bubble.
When we had those drones,
New Jersey drones.
So, dude, I actually became that woman because I was like, after like a certain amount of I was like, no, but really, what the fuck? Like you can't have they were saying nothing to us.
Nothing, and they were the size of minivans.
Yeah,
like, these weren't these like tiny like DJIs. They were like a size of a fucking minivan.
And I got into those theories heavy.
So
like my family would go to bed, and then by like 9:30, I was at my window with binoculars.
Did you see any?
Every night, like scrolling TikTok, just being like, look at this fucking guy.
Did you see any?
I did. I saw them. I saw dozens of them in the sky.
Yeah, that was. They never made it to Manhattan, but I would look out my window when it was happening.
It's so unsettling
to see them.
The fact that they just wouldn't say anything, and then Trump comes in office is, I'm going to tell you everything. I'm going to tell you everything. I know, blah blah blah. And then his entire response was, they're ours.
Yeah, what?
That's it. Yeah. And then we just let it go. We let it go, but it caused hysteria for like 40 days.
I remember like the local police were like, we haven't been told anything.
When local government was like, this is like, we want to know. We want to know.
Yeah, we have to know.
How do you sow that much? You already do it all the time, but like really, that was a real mistrust. And like, I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I don't get like that.
Yeah.
But it was like when you got drones overhead that are unidentified, and our own government is saying that the government above them is not saying anything and something's up. You're just like, I got a family, bro. I got a family here. I started like Amazoning like survival books and like masks and shit.
That's how it starts. You're right though, but you get that where you're like, okay, they're lying about that, and then maybe there's two more lies, and then you're kind of like, oh, so nothing's real. And I probably at some point it just like switches something where you're like, oh, you like become paranoid.
Dude,
and you're smoking weed twice a day.
Yeah, that's when the weed doesn't help. I was just a few thoughts removed from like, I need a shotgun. I need to be able to barricade my windows. Like when the shit hits the fan and the people are just like trying to get in your house and shit for rations.
Someone comes to your door, you got a shotgun.
Yeah, I was like, I was really in that space. Like, how far are we away from that? Like,
yeah, and we still don't know why they're testing these giant drones in just civilian areas.
Nothing.
Like, because I'm sure there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't just like, hey, we got these cool drones,
it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't like, oh, you're just seeing recreation. You're just noticing this, but this is happening all the time. No, those shits were out every night. Like, I was watching them, and I never saw that
in
before.
New Jersey.
Yeah, just everywhere. I mean, right out my window.
Yeah.
And
Sal, come to bed. I'm sorry, I'm protecting us.
My wife would come back in the living room and be like, you can't do this to yourself. You can't. I'm like, but you don't understand. They think it's China or aliens. Either or. I don't know what to do. I mean,
it's not even that crazy because it's not like something where you're like, look, it's right there.
Yeah.
Like, and and then they make you feel crazy for being like
gaslight.
The gaslight. It's like, what is going on here at this level? Like a nationwide gaslight.
Yeah. Well, that's how these people feel. I actually wrote down the signs of it. They have, they go, rumors of war and there's like 7 rumors of war and widespread war, which they're like,
got that.
Well, that's
Check.
obviously happening. something.
Right.
So they're like, that's one. A growth in lawlessness.
Yeah.
Which probably
that's what was my shotgun. I was like,
Yeah.
if the streets go, take a turn,
And the streets have taken a turn.
I gotta be ready, bro.
Danny had one today on the subway.
Yes. I was like in the subway yesterday, and this guy was playing his speaker on the subway, like normal subway shit. And then he was, I guess, was streaming from Spotify, but he didn't have Spotify Premium. So then the commercial came on. So the whole subway car is listening to this guy blaring a commercial, and everybody's like, "What the fuck?" And then, of course, it was for schizophrenia medication.
Oh, no way. That's so funny. Targeted ad. That's great.
So lawlessness, obviously most places are that, and increased persecution of Christians, and I think they're saying Charlie Kirk's death was that. Like, Charlie Kirk's death apparently has like a big part in a lot of the Rapture TikTok stuff.
Interesting.
Okay.
So that was like 3. Escalating religious deception. I don't know what that means.
That's what my people.
Natural disasters and earthquakes and famines. And I think they said something. Oh, there's a big part of Gaza they're saying is a big part of it.
Oh, okay.
Dude, there's been a lot of natural disasters lately. Between earthquakes, mudslides, a lot of that.
Yeah, so there's there's kind of, you go to Florida, there's a lot of sort of stuff happening there. And then there's something to do with Jewish trumpets. Do you know that? Where Israel, they play trumpets?
The shofar?
What is that?
It's like a ram's horn or whatever. They play it on...
This one feels like this one feels like an outlier.
I think it's actually for Yom Kippur, which is next week.
Okay.
Which is the Jewish Day of Atonement. And
hey, that should be more than a day.
Yeah. We just like to just give her one of these and you go, that's all the stuff. I'll see you next year. And I think it's for
the other one's 8 days. This one's just a day.
Yeah, the other one's 8 days of fun. This one's just like a quick in and out. I think it's for either Yom Kippur or Rosh Hashanah. It's one of them, which is
there's Jewish holiday today.
Yeah, Rosh Hashanah is today. New Year
on the Rapture.
On the Rapture, and then
conflict of interest.
Well, then maybe that's what you're saying then. So the Trump, apparently there's conflict of interest. There's trumpets play for the Jewish holiday, and apparently that's in the Bible or something to do with Bible that has the trumpets being part of the Rapture.
Yeah.
And then preaching gospel worldwide and signs in the heavens. So I don't know about the other two.
Signs in the heavens. Maybe the drones. Look up to the heavens. What do you see?
I mean,
fucking.
Boys, I got to tell you about Fitbod because there's plenty of fitness influencers that are trying to sell you less for more. Fitbod combines the workout planning and tracking you need to stay consistent, make progress. Fitbod customizes every workout, adapts as you improve to avoid boredom and plateaus in your journey. You don't need a personal trainer to get the results you want. All you need is a personalized workout by Fitbod. It is very easy to use. I've been using this app for over a year now, and it keeps things interesting. You can tell it what equipment you have at your gym, and it'll put a plan together for you. Keeps track of which muscles you're doing, which exactly
stuff,
what you're doing when. So Fitbod, many people that I know are on it, including myself. So it is a great time to use the app. It just creates a personalized workout routine based on your goals, fitness levels, available equipment. It adapts as you grow, so each workout is challenging enough to push you to make progress, tracks your muscle recovery, fine-tuned by experienced certified personal trainers, and you can level up your workouts as with the customized fitness plans that work for you with over 1,000 demonstration videos. And honestly, that was one of the biggest things that I feel like it had effect on me is that I realized I've been doing the same thing for way too long.
Yeah, you get used to it.
You get used to it. Your muscles
stop getting the gains.
Stop getting the gains. Your muscles get used to it. And then also your head's not in it too because it's like almost like you go on autopilot a little bit. So Fitbod is an app that helps out with all of that. You can level up your workout with Fitbod and you join today and get your personalized workout plan. And you can get 25% off your subscription or you can try the app for free for 7 days at fitbod.me/boyscast. That is fitbod.me/boyscast. Pardon the quick interruption for tour dates. I'm going to be in Columbus, Cincinnati, and Cleveland this weekend. Columbus, then Cincinnati, then Cleveland. Those are always awesome, so don't forget to come out. Then next weekend, I got Baltimore, Eugene, New York, Fort Worth, Dallas, Houston, Austin, San Francisco, Sacramento, and Nashville at RyanLongComedy.com for tickets.
And I'll be in Dallas next month. Hyenas Comedy Club, DannyComedy.com. Minivans for
I can't. Does this stuff bother you guys, or are you just like fuck it, whatever?
I don't. The Rapture.
No, not the Rapture. I just mean like just all the shit that's going on. It's like
the internet stuff is being like definitely zero chance it's not like unhealthy for me.
I know. Like, I mean, I've been saying this for a few weeks, but like, I'm not. You're not meant to just see this many murders
No.
on.
It's like Faces of Death is the feed. now.
Yeah, that's the feed.
Like that
now.
used to be like a VHS that you heard about that you maybe saw and like turned it off.
and you got
after,
like copies of a copy, and it was
yeah.
like all like.
and then you saw enough after you saw one thing. Like I don't even know. Like
Yeah.
like this is like. I mean, but now it's just like on demand.
Yeah, like, and it's not even accounts you follow. Like, you're like, I don't even
Yes.
follow this
Yes,
shit.
it's suggested for me.
Suggested for
Yeah,
me,
like,
just
what did I
some-
watch to make you suggest
Some guy
this?
taking his last breath on Earth.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not supposed to see this 10 times a week.
You even hear it, like if you're on the subway or like wherever you are, like in a restaurant, and someone's on their phone, and you hear them listen to something that you know is either a fight, someone got knocked out, someone
Yeah.
got shot, and everyone's fleeing. You hear like their scroll,
Yeah.
and it's just people screaming. Then you hear like a
Right.
big come on, and you're like, everyone's just being poisoned with this.
Yeah, my whole TikTok's the Rapture right now. And then this guy I told
closeted gays.
Yeah, I told Danny about this guy because there's this whole area of TikTok that's gay guys that are Christian that don't want to be gay, right?
They admit they're
like
gay.
they're praying the gay away.
Okay, yeah.
Like they're basically
Conversion therapying themselves.
But they post these videos.
So.
I'm not going to play the videos because none of these guys are like famous. So I was going to play it here, but a guy had like, 8,000 followers. So I felt like just putting too much of a citizen on blast.
Yeah.
But like the guy was very like.
I mean, he's not doing this for nobody to see.
No, I know you're right, but he basically
posting it.
But most of the videos are text and word too,
Right,
so they
yeah,
don't.
yeah.
That was probably even another factor. So, but it's basically a guy, and it says just like being a Christian and trying to get rid of the gay, and he puts sad music there, and there's like 100 videos. It's hilarious because
Is that real?
yeah, because it's even funnier because his way of not being gay is the gayest shit. He became like an influencer making pensive videos. He's singing. He does a dance to pray the gay away. You're just like he has a video platonically hanging out with a woman. Like it's literally he's not praying hard enough. It's all the gayest shit.
Is that a Broadway show?
Yeah,
Something
yeah.
like it hot.
It's literally all the gayest shit you've ever seen
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
like not gay. But I sent it to like 5 of my friends. So now, not only am I watching these videos on repeat, I'm sending them to people.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the algorithm is like, this guy loves
This guy's got some demons in the closet.
I just read something like Ice Cube or thing has posted something, reposted Jim Carrey, and Jim Carrey was like, at 63, if I could tell my 25-year-old self like advice, and it was like 10 things that he said, and one of them was like, you should go in right now and completely dismantle your algorithm and change it to be like only like don't get rid of all that stuff, and you could do it if
How?
you don't.
Yeah, there's Instagram has a reset algorithm.
Yeah, like you can reset it and like I don't want to see this, and then just follow accounts that don't participate in any of that.
So you
stuff.
know what the problem
and
is,
then
though?
like
So you can do that. You can basically like if you were to make Instagram like from scratch right now,
Yeah.
there's like a default algorithm that is like nothing. It's all like dog videos and cat
Yeah.
videos. But what happens is eventually. Right, you're scrolling, and then because they're trying stuff out on you. So then
Yeah.
they try something, and you're like, "Oh, this person got
The drug
murdered."
dealers.
Yeah, you're like, "Oh, there's a guy getting murdered," and like, I'm supposed to just like instantly swipe through this. You're
It's
just
willpower
like,
factory. Yeah.
Well, but you're like, "What is this?" You watch it for 5 seconds. They go, "Oh, this guy likes this."
yeah, oh, they know what they're doing.
Right, and then they go
Five seconds gives you more.
It's unbeatable.
And that's it. It's unbeatable. It's like
you're like rubbernecking.
catching a disease.
But you're
Yeah.
like rubbernecking. You're like,
Yes.
yeah, I don't like watching car crashes.
Right,
But if I'm
right.
driving, I see one. I'm like,
Everyone's slowing down. They
Everybody's-
have to.
They have to, and
Yeah.
you're just like you're looking at it. It's just like so. Instagram essentially is doing that. So even if you have to like reset it once a week.
Yeah.
To be honest. But
Yeah, it's fucked up.
It is worth resetting that.
I do feel like you're out of like the people that I know that are pretty famous. I feel like you're one of the most famous people that did do it right, where you've been able to sort of stay pretty stable. Like even when I talk to you about like the way you use money or whatever, it all feels like the way you're supposed to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just
Well, I have a
didn't
theory on you.
I didn't really get publicly known until my like mid 30s, and I didn't grow up with money and everything like that. So I like
That can be worse though. The people who
Yeah,
don't grow up with money are
I
like
don't know.
they're like a maniac with it.
I just don't. I just won't. It's not. That's not what I want or who I like. I just don't get caught up in that stuff.
But do you think part of that is because you got popular with your friends, so there's like a support system as opposed to just one person?
I think that could be a factor in it in a general sense, but I just think that like I don't know. I think I just am aware of who I am and who I want to be. Like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it except for the fact
You've never had to like.
I don't have any ego. I don't have any arrogance. I don't like feel like I'm better than anyone at anything. I just like I don't ever want to lose my sense of self that I've always had, and it's way better this way. Like it's not like I'm doing something noble. Like this is the way to be. Like I don't, you know what I mean? I'm not. I get caught up in bullshit. It's not for me.
But how do you make sure? I guess what I was saying is like, is there anything you do to like stay like that? Like, you know what I mean? Is it conscious ever?
I just try to be like really genuine and just always try to like just be honest and genuine. I don't know. Like people that I
so it's like an identity thing.
People I surround myself with, you know, and like I repel people that are, you know, either disingenuous or all about like just bullshit. Like just. They don't have their priorities straight, you know. Like I don't know. Like I'm 48. I'm gonna be 49 in November. You know, I'm a, you know, I got family. I got, you know, I don't know. I just.
Real life stuff probably does help. Just like, yeah, at some point when you're like have a family, have like your set friends where it's like, I didn't meet these guys 6 months ago.
Yeah, and I also don't like if I've made money and saved money and stuff like that. I still treat money. My relationship with money is the way I always had growing up. So like it's like I treat money the exact same way. So like I was like, this is ridiculous that I paid $5.99 plus.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how much I have. You go, this is what it should be.
This is so stupid. Yeah. So it's like I'm not like. I don't know. I really don't know what the question is, but like
I think at its core, you're right. Maybe it was a little unclear. At its core was I was like, I feel like with me sometimes I'm just like the best things to always remember to do is like have a group of friends that actually you like listen to their opinions instead of the internet.
Yeah.
Like don't have like a messy home life. Like how you can screw it up. I guess you feel like a guy that like sort of did it right. So is there any actual like specific things where you're like, oh, this is what I did and I felt like that was a helpful one? You know what I mean?
I think that trying to maintain like I don't want this to sound like pretentious or anything, but just maintaining my sense of self and being that way outwardly to other people attract people to me that are that way too. And like I just always just want to be straightforward with people. I don't know. It is weird. People assign this, like when you get into the public, like even when you meet like really wonderful fans that get nervous around you or cry or like tell you all this stuff, and I don't know why we do that with celebrity or like how we put them. Like I don't think. Yeah. I don't feel that way. You know. So like it is a weird thing to have projected onto me all the time. But. It's not what I feel. It's not what resonates with me. So it's like that always feels foreign. You know what I mean? Like, so I just feel like the same normal person.
Right. You're like, you're almost like experiencing this from like,
it is
like out of body.
It is. I don't feel any of those like things like where people are like, oh, you're famous, or oh, you have money, or oh, you, whatever the fuck that is. I don't know what it is, but I just, in my real day-to-day everyday life, I feel no different than I always did. So it's like I don't really want that. I don't really want that. You know, like I don't feel like I am owed anything. I don't feel like I get so I have imposter. Like I when I'm in a room when I find myself in a room, like sometimes at these events or people and I know them or this and these big people, like I always just feel like, what am I even doing here? Like, you know what I mean? And maybe other people feel that way too. I don't know. But like I don't know, man. I think that's part of the appeal of why people like us. I think is also like we're very relatable and normal. Exactly. And that's, I think, you know, so
like someone's like your buddies from high school kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that's part of the reason that people might enjoy the show. I think that it's just like we are very accessible, you know, and I don't know. I don't know.
You're right there. I think that's you made a good point, because you're just like, some people, their brand is that like I'm kind of like larger than life, and then you start living Charlie Sheen larger than life because you're like, that's my thing. But if your thing was always like I'm normal, then you don't feel like the pull to be this like wild person.
Yeah, you see people like I don't know, like Adam Sandler or something like that. He's worth like $1 billion. I feel like he's like the most normal dude.
Yeah, he's made it his thing to be normal.
Yeah, like I've gotten to sit with him.
I mean, he's so normal to the point of being like just walking around like just in basketball shorts.
Yeah, he wears them everywhere. You know, like I've gotten a chance to sit with him, have a little dinner, talk to him and stuff like that. And you would think you were talking like, you know, us, and like even me attributing that to him. I'm like, he's this bit, you know, but he isn't. He maintains that other thing, and like I just like, you could. So if he could do it, you know, like, you know,
yeah.
I just like. I don't know, man.
You have to buy into it probably to want to like be like, oh, I'm so much better than everybody. And
people also
like an A-Rod kind of thing.
Yeah. That,
like where you have like a painting
the
of
worst.
of yourself as like half man, half minotaur above your fireplace.
Will you become known for that arrogance? It's just weird. It's like, you know. But I think, I just think that. I don't know.
Yeah, but I guess you're like.
So you have no paintings of yourself?
I do actually.
Giant ones as half man.
The network in season 5 did this ad campaign where they put our faces in famous oil paintings.
Oh, okay.
So they have me as the girl with the pearl earring, but it's it looks like an oil painting in a
Hilarious.
beautiful frame. So I put it in my office.
Yeah, that's funny.
But it's like a goof.
But you didn't have
people
a commission. You didn't have a
No. And
commission.
people walk in, I always have to be like, so this is a goof. You know.
Yeah, like A-Rod legitimately was like half horse, half man. Please.
But people also think like it's fun to be famous or something like that.
Yeah.
Or it must be so great or whatever. And it's like, it's so much better to be just have a normal life.
Yeah.
Like it's just so much
You think the
better.
best one is to be? I think probably famous is awesome if you're like in your 20s and trying to get pussy.
Sure,
that's
sure,
probably the best.
sure.
Probably older than that. Probably the best is rich and no one knows who you are. Is probably the
No,
best.
the best is the guy who writes like your checks, right? You know, like that guy's life. Nobody knows who he is. He's just like, he can go to the grocery store if he wants. Like nobody's gonna bother him.
Yeah, I just want to, like I said, that's why I'm like, I long for a sense of community. Like I talk to these people on the road.
Yeah.
Because like I miss that, you know, like I talk to my wife. I'm like, like when she's like, oh, we're going to go grocery shopping. Like, I'm always just like, oh, that's so cool. Like I like, and sometimes I'll go, and especially like depending on the neighborhood, I can go and not be bothered at all. And I can't explain to you guys like a feeling of elation.
Yeah.
Doing normal everyday things.
Right.
I got to get a car wash, go to the supermarket, like those things. Like, so I swear to God, it feels like the most fun, cool thing because it has become unfortunately so distant from what I could just.
Yeah, it's like novel.
And it's like I long for that. Like I want to be in a crowd and no one know me. Like it's like you know. But anyway, so it's just I think that's much better. People always are like, oh, what's it like? You meet these people or you get to go blah blah blah. And I'm just like, the most exciting and cool thing that to ever happen to me is just being a dad. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, so if you're a dad, you don't realize that you think sometimes romanticize the life that maybe celebrities have or people that are whatever. It's like it's nothing compared to that. I would.
Some of those people are miserable.
What age did you have your kid at?
My daughter is 3.
Okay.
And I have a son now, but I haven't really like talked about him yet because I'm talking about him on the road, and I want to talk about my new special. So I was like kind of waiting to like talk.
Yeah.
But he's only 10 months.
Oh wow, congrats.
So I'm an old dad, but like I've always wanted to be a dad. It took a little while. I just like it wasn't like for me, I had to like, whatever. My path was a little different because like when I got, and I had to ride this opportunity and everything like that.
You're in New York, things, yeah.
Yeah, so I always just thought I had time too. And in essence,
as a dude.
In essence, I did, but also after having my daughter and stuff like that, like the first thing I thought was I wish I did it sooner.
That's what everyone says.
Because like the only thing you want is to spend every waking minute with them, and you want to maximize your time with them.
Right.
And so and you can't can't create time. So the first thing I wished was that I just had her.
When the other option, the other side of that would be like, well, maybe if you had them when you were just like
100,
super busy, you'd be like, well, I kind of wasn't there anyway because
or I wouldn't have had. I wouldn't be where I was because I won't sacrifice for them.
Yeah, or you would have still. Yeah,
I mean, I will.
Yeah, I see what you're
I
saying.
won't sacrifice
for the kids.
them. For anything else. So I don't know if I would have been where I was.
Well, maybe there's that too.
My sister had her first daughter at 21, and. Now
Jamaican guys do both.
My niece that she had now is now 25, and she has a 2-year-old daughter. And so my sister at like 45 is a grandma now, but like she lost her 20s to being a mom. So it's like the exact opposite. I wasn't a dad until I was 45, but I kind of like appreciate and long for what she has.
Yeah.
She has I'm like, will I see
a friend?
Will I see grandkids?
Right.
Like you think about that. Like what if my kids don't have kids, or what if they don't have kids till they're 30? That means I'm going to be a grandparent at my late 70s if I make it that far.
I mean, if you could almost raise them bad and then you'll have a grandkid.
That's so funny. That's just tipping the scales to make sure they get pregnant early.
You kids want to drink?
Let's have a party here tonight. I'll get the keg. Invite the neighborhood kids.
You can force feed it.
But yeah, man. So I don't know. Family keeps you grounded and stuff, and and I still have all my friends from childhood, like all my over the years.
I really do think that's the key. I was actually thinking about the other day where I was like in a grumpy mood.
Also, I don't want to speak. I'm sorry, but I don't want to speak like I'm some big celebrity. I know.
No. The reason I brought it up,
I'm not talking like I'm this big star.
No, but Sal, the reason I was saying that to you is I think to me, you were one of the people that when I talked, like few times we've like talked in more depth, I always leave being like, oh, that guy's doing it right.
Oh,
like more
you,
than I think about other
That's
people.
So nice.
Where just from the way you live your life, where you're just like, okay, I live out there, then I have my place here, and then our office is here. Like just the logistics of your life. Feel like a guy that like made a very crazy life, like work on a day-to-day level. Well.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's how I felt.
That's nice to hear.
So I was just like, I feel like a lot of times we'll talk about what are the big things men screw up. We'll be like, one of the biggest things that you can screw up is like the wrong woman's like can be like such a So I feel like that's kind of more where I was coming at it from, where I was like, there isn't that many people where you see it and they're just like, it's taken for granted that there just isn't any big problems in this guy's complicated life sometimes.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I have my own, but like also my wife's the best too. Like she's a rock too.
Yeah,
it's good. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, I'm real lucky, man. I feel real lucky.
Yeah. And then that is probably the best thing you can ever use money for is you're like, if I have money, it's like I solve other people's smaller problems just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was feeling like almost like grumpy or something for a few days, and I just realized I was like, oh, I haven't hung out with any of my friends for like a week. I've been kind of just doing my own thing, and I haven't had sex in a week. And then I was just like, oh, that's really that's all there is in this world.
Kill two birds with one stone. Hang out with the boys.
But I was just like, so it was like, oh, the only thing, and then I was kind of coming to the realization that I was like, I don't think that I like relaxing. Like I took a day off the other day and I was just like relaxing. And I was like doing, and I was just like, and it was kind of like, oh, you can't relax. And I'm like, maybe I hate it. Maybe I don't want to. Maybe the only thing I like to do is either hang out with a bunch of dudes or have sex. And you're just like, any of the other, and then everything out there is like kind of work stuff. And you're just like, man, there isn't really, as much as you try to like, and then probably staying in shape. But like, it's like there's glasses that have to be like somewhat adequately full. But then the rest of it is like, there's 3 main blocks in my life or something.
Right. Social's big. Social's big because I get so busy sometimes that I don't have that, like I have to make sure I make time for that life, and that's a big one. Like it's such a release to just every once in a while, because a lot of times too, like as comics, you know, our hang is when we're at work, or our hang is like doing the pod or whatever.
If you're in the city.
Yeah, right. So it's like, so we get those hangs in, but also like, I love to every once in a while make sure to be like, no. Let's just hang. Let's just go to dinner, or let's just not pod, not I'll see you, not I'll see you on the show, on the lineup or whatever. Like just a real, like, and don't talk about this, you know, and you get one of those in, it like refreshes you, man. It's like,
they have actually done studies where they've said that, like the dudes that hang out with their friends like once a week or whatever have like lower this and lower that, and that could be, you know, going to meet up to play hockey or whatever the fuck it is. And
I like sometimes it's like, even my wife will be like, you need to go do that right now,
aka
like,
leave.
You need to get the fuck out.
Pushing all her buttons. Go hang out with the friends.
You're like, I'm pacing right now, and there's drones.
No, but sometimes it's good to just have a fucking conversation. You know what I mean? About anything. Shoot the fucking shit about anything. Because it's just like, you just have one mode. You gotta wake up, I work, it's work and kids, and that's it. And like sometimes you just need to fucking talk about, like, just hang out.
Yeah, you become like a piece of data instead of a human. Almost.
Yeah, man.
We're just like on like maybe like a treadmill or something.
But even doing this, like today, like I did a bunch of them, but like, it's great because I mean, we're bullshitting. I don't, you know, this is a cool little like a hack that we have, these podcasts.
I know, that's what I was thinking. Because I used to play in a band, and I used to always think that was like, that's the coolest thing about a band is like that, you know, every 3 months or whatever, it's like the 6 guys in a van, blah blah, and it was like in normal life you never get to do that. Like when if you're like I guess if you're like a firefighter or something where they're all together every day, but for most jobs, it was like you have to go to the way where like every 3 months me and my friends do this, or you have to schedule it, where it's like, but then on the other side, because these certain jobs, it's already part of it, you maybe are always doing a half version of it.
Yeah, so that's what I meant. So it's like, it's great that we have this outlet, because I'm bullshitting with you guys now. It was awesome. Like an hour of laughing with you is great.
Yeah.
But then you also have to remember, like, sometimes it ends up being like, that ends up being the only time I'll see you.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, so I only see my my friends now have been because everyone's doing it and everyone has to, and it's like, okay, we got to make sure we do non-podcast.
These guys are pretty good. You always have like, oh, let's like organize a dinner, video game, or not a video game, a baseball game.
We go to a game or something.
Yeah,
it's fun,
man.
No. Can I talk? I want to ask about because like when I was like a 14-year-old, Danny was probably a little. You were like this too, right? Like just fucking like a Toronto kid, like obsessed with like Tom Green and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah, man.
So like the type of shit that you guys do, and that's been like my obsession since I was like a kid. You know what I mean? Okay. I was like the biggest like CKY Tom Green guy, all that sort of shit. So I was like, what were your?
Tom Green's a legend, man.
Right?
He changed the game. Like he's like I couldn't be more into Tom Green when he came out.
Right.
I was like, this.
I used to have his VHS, and it came with a sticker that smelled like shit. Like it was a scratch and sniff sticker.
Right.
Have
you met him?
Yeah. I actually did tour dates with him. I know him well now. Yeah.
How cool is that too?
Super cool.
To like know him and then be like, this is fucking.
He's the legend.
Crazy.
Oh, crazy.
I feel like everyone in any like even in the vicinity of our age demographic, like it respects him as like the G.
Oh yeah, man.
But yeah, it is funny. I remember the first time doing tours with him when I was like 16, or we did a few dates, and like him talking about stuff in his real life, and I was just like, it felt weird because you're, everything they talk about, you're like, I know it already.
Yeah.
Like if someone, it's just a weird, like you just met someone, they're like, oh, actually my girlfriend. You're like, oh yeah, Stacy. Like you're like, what?
Yeah.
Like it's just kind of weird.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're too much of a fan.
That happens now with me all the time still.
Yeah.
Like our friends that are comedians that I've like, okay, idolized since like, like when it's like, oh, okay, I'm just talking to Attell. Yeah. I'm talking to Bert or whatever. It's like, this is wild.
I know. So Tom Green was actually like like when we met him the first time, it was like in, where was it? Saskatchewan or somewhere.
Oh, with the strip club thing.
Or the strip club thing or whatever. And like, he was one of the first guys where I was like, because I don't really get starstruck. And he was one of those guys where it's like, holy shit. Like this is, I'm just like sitting in a green room with Tom Green.
That's so cool.
I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah, he's the GOAT. So who were, like, when you think of the like most legendary kind of like, prank shows on the street stuff, like, in that world, what do you think are the best ones as someone that's...
I say the biggest influences in that respect for me were Tom Green, the Jerky Boys.
Oh, the Jerky Boys.
I mean, crying. I mean, I had that on bootleg cassette.
Yeah.
You're right. Prank calls is that world. I kind of think of that as different, but
I was never a prank guy. Like, this show happened by accident. Like, I wasn't like... I didn't specialize in...
But you must know that you're must be like a student of that world to some degree.
Yeah, I mean, like those influences were your influences too. Like this is just one idea that we had that we pitched.
Yeah.
That like, and it wasn't even more of a prank thing. It was more of like,
no, I don't consider it a prank. Yeah,
because a lot of people say
I said
prank.
On the street, like out in the world.
Yeah. So like, but I get asked that a lot. Like, so who do you prank at home? I'm like, I'm not really a prank.
No, I don't consider that a prank.
And they, what do you do in real life? Are your friends always like scared? I'm like, no, guys.
No, pranked is like punked. Like, I don't consider that like
right. So what we do is a little different. But yeah, like those influences earlier, Tom Green, Jerky Boys, and even like my show now is like an extension of Letterman. Letterman used to like
on the street.
Put Rupert, from the Hello Deli. He used to put the earpiece in him and like this is like where can I take that? Which
Tom Green said that Letterman was big for him.
Letterman's huge. He was like so like irreverent and so like he was so different. He was my favorite. Like when he was on like Channel 4, like the 12:30, where he would just like put himself in Velcro and run against the wall, or get in a big bowl of cereal, or then later when he moved to CBS, like the watermelons off the
pudding,
all that stuff is like, oh, this is great. He's not taking himself too seriously. He also had like guests. He treated guests differently. I don't know, just something about him. Huge.
It didn't have like quite like the veneer.
No, it just felt like it felt so like they were doing their own thing, like making their own mark, like. Yeah. And I would stay up for Letterman every single night, like that. He was huge. He's someone I always wanted to meet. I wish I could have done stand up on his show before. Like that's the one that got away from me, But
have you done his new show?
No, I would love to. I've never even met him, but I did meet.
Seems like it wouldn't be a lot of people that are way smaller than you did done that show.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought he had really, really big guests. I don't know.
No, it's like friends of yours.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I know Sam did it.
Yeah, lots of people.
That's awesome. But I don't know what the connection was there. But yeah, I would love to. I should ask if I could. I would love to talk to him, man. But
yeah, so cool.
But yeah, just kind of like that. I would do like I did a project for school when I was little where I did a Letterman show.
Yeah,
and I like, taped it, and I did the whole thing. I had the index cards and the pencils, and it was like my final project or whatever.
Yeah.
The hell. So, but I subsequently met his head writers for a chunk of that show, and then his executive producer Rob Burnett. I met recently, like a charity event a few years ago, and we hit it off. And he's become like a friend, and he didn't realize how big a fan I was. And when I met him, he didn't know my show. He knew his kid knew my show, and now his kid works on my show. And
Sick.
he went and watched it at my show, and then got back to me and was like, he was so kind in his words, and like he ran Letterman, you know, and he's like, he's like, you took what we did and you went.
He got that connection,
and I was like, oh my god. And then he saw my special, and he was like, just so you know, like I would have booked you in a heartbeat on Letterman. And I was like, oh, thank you, man. You know, that's so nice. So that's kind of fucking just wild to me, you know, to get like he ran the show, so it's the closest I'll get to. Yeah. That and being on Curb were like the two things I wish I could have done.
They're doing more of those. I feel like those are your goals are so attainable.
They're done.
No,
your goals are like, I want to do this podcast that like tons of people have done. It's legitimately it's probably like an email.
I don't know. Maybe I should email.
Your goals are like the equivalent of me being like, I wish like one day I could do Are You Garbage. You're like, I think you might be out. Like it's not like out of the question.
Yeah. Well, those
Curve I think is done though.
Yeah, Curve is done. I think Curb's done.
I know they've like said it's done and then it comes back, but I think he's saying it is done.
I had a real life Curb moment though, which I'll have to just take that as my consolation. I was at the Knicks game and I was in an elevator, and he was at the game, and the elevator was like packed, and like it was closing, and they held it open for him, and he got in and like squeezed on.
Yeah,
and it was like. It was too many people on there.
Your boner's rubbing up against him?
He backed up right into me. And so he was pressed against me, and the doors closed, and everyone was quiet because they knew it was him, but they knew like he shouldn't have gone. It was real tight. And he's like, thank you guys. Thanks for holding the door for me or whatever. And I was like, and I just leaned into his ear and I went, it's not like we had a choice. And he laughed and turned around. I said, well, I assure you I wouldn't have done the same for you. And I was like, I got it. That was Curve right there. You know?
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, those guys were huge. I felt like Andy Milonakis. I felt like when he came out.
Andy was great too.
Yeah, because I was actually thinking about that, the new ones. It was like Andy.
Yeah, I knew Andy when that show came out. And
really?
It was really cool to see him go on that ride, because that was a cool little that was like a cult one too.
Yeah, such a cult one.
Yeah. And
all the best ones were the cult ones.
They're just like left of center, like the comedy and like what they're doing is just a little bit different enough that it's like, it's like refreshing, you know.
It's refreshing, which makes it like it's hard for it to like really like crack through American mainstream.
Yeah, but he did really well with that. Yeah, I love all that stuff, you know.
Fellas, fall is here. The beers are colder. Football's back. The fits are getting layered. But if you're still rocking beat up boxers, old ratty beat up boxers under those flannels and jeans, we gotta talk. It's time to upgrade to Meundies. These things are ridiculously soft. I'm talking, you don't want to take them off soft. They're made with micromodal fabric that feels like a cloud, ladies and gentlemen.
Where am I right now?
Wearing yours right now. I got mine on as well. I actually it's one of those things when you look in your drawer and you see the old ratty one sitting there, and when you're out of Meundies, you actually think to yourself that, you know what, I got to replenish that.
And you blame those underwear for existing, even though you're the one who bought them.
Exactly.
You're the one who keeps them
and it's not what you see. When you see the Meundies sitting there, you're a happy camper. You know you're putting on, you're feeling good, and you're looking good. So they got a style for everyone. Meundies has a cut for every build with 20 different styles, 100 different colors. They got a Halloween line with glow-in-the-dark underwear and cool prints, unmatched comfort. The micromodal fabric is breathable, stretchy, unbelievable cozy, perfect for crisp mornings, chilly nights, everything in between. They're responsibly sourced with sustainable materials, problem-free philosophy. As well, if you're not happy with your first pair, they pay for it. It's on Meundies. Who loves Meundies? Well, 30 million pairs have been sold, 90,000 5-star reviews. Meundies are an essential summer must-have for every drawer. Right now, as a listener of the show, you can get cozy and you can get spooky for less with deals up to 50% at Meundies.com/boyscast. Just enter the promo code BOYSCAST. That is Meundies.com/boyscast with the promo code BOYSCAST for up to 50% off Meundies. Comfort that's made for fall. Yeah, have you ever had, this is going to feel like sort of like a basic interview question, but I feel like it's not. Have you had things that what were the most one that you've done where you're just like, you felt like super bad after? Because I feel like as I like get older, you get like more tapped into like the people that you're messing with sometimes.
Oh, you mean like as far as what I've done to people?
Yeah, where you're just like, you leave and be like, fuck, man, that one was that like good today?
Yeah.
Ruin that person's day.
On the show?
Yeah,
so we don't...
Or stand-up crowd work, anything. I feel like I've had a few things where like messing with people lately where you're just like, you know what? I'm not going to air that. I've had a few where I'm like, nah, that's too much.
Yeah, well, I on the show and even on stage, I try not to go in on. I mean, if someone's being a drunk asshole, you know, maybe you like, you know, and you know the whole crowd's on your side, maybe you fuck with them. But like, I'm not really on the show. We're not trying to get. For me, angry on the show is not funny. No, it's confusion, bewilderment, amusement. Yeah. Like confusion is my favorite,
right?
And so that's the space I try and live in. Now, law of averages, we're going to come across a person that like wants to punch you or is just mean or mad all the time, and those people, like, you know, there's nothing you can do about that. So it's like I don't really take that on, but like, you know, once in a while you feel like you went. Like someone yelled out at me one time, and at a comedy club, they were in the front and they were sitting alone, and I started making fun of them, but then like. I quickly realized like he probably wasn't exactly right. Yeah, you know, like, and I was like, oh, I shouldn't have made fun of. Oh my god, dude! One time I was on stage and I was at a theater in this one, and at the corner of my peripheral, I see like a guy that like it looks like he's either standing or like he's on his seat just like this. Like, you know, and I'm seeing him because as you can see, he's like a foot higher than everybody. And I'm 5 minutes into the show, and I'm like eyeing him, and he's not sitting down. And so I just turned, and I was like, hey, buddy. And I could see him, you know, and I said, can you do me a favor? Can you please sit down? And I said, like, I don't want to, you know, but people behind you most likely can't see. It's just a little rude or whatever. We want to go. Maybe I was funny about it. I don't know. But it definitely was like, hey, dude, sit down. Right, and he yells back at me, I'm in a wheelchair. And I was like, he was in the front, and like, you know, like where they rip out the seat, but his thing was like a souped up one. Yeah, and he was like a foot taller, and like I called him out. I'm like, and because I really did, because I don't know why I went in like slightly more perturbed than I was, because it was 5 minutes and he didn't sit. I'm like, this fucking guy, you know. And I'm like, do me a favor, bud. Can you sit down? There's people behind you that paid to see a show. And then he went, I'm in a wheelchair, and the whole crowd. It was in Evansville, Indiana. The whole crowd was like, oh, and I was like, and then you gotta let. I'm like, everyone calm down here, man. I'm like, we all saw what happened here. This is unfortunate for me, not him. I was trying to do the right thing here, right? So then I lean into that. I start laughing and I'm joking when I'm making fun of him. So next tour is like over a year later. I'm back in Evansville, and I remember that happened there, right? And I'm on stage, and I'm like, let me see if this guy's back, you know. And I swear to fucking Christ, on the left side of the opposite side, I see him. I'm on stage and I see him, and so I look, and I'm like, that's that guy. So I'm on the mic, and I walk over. And I'm not calling it out or anything. I'm just like looking to see him, and it's him, and he's in a wheelchair. And he looks at me and he points to his shirt. And his shirt said, "I'm in a wheelchair." I lost my shit, and I'm like, "That's so funny." And I told the crowd, and he's like, "Yeah, I had it made so you wouldn't make the same mistake this time."
I had that with a blind one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you get that with like blind.
I'm probably not the only person. You're like, fucking guy, sunglasses inside, right? Oh. I have it on tape. I think I posted it.
Yeah. Or you ask someone a question, and they're like, oh, you don't know English? And someone's like, he's deaf. What's he doing?
Oh my God! Did you see that Key and Peele sketch?
Oh, the
when
best.
He's disfigured.
I can take it.
I never not laugh at that.
Roast comment.
Yes. Do me. It's so perfect. I mean, we're laughing at it. Your audience might not know what the fuck we're talking about.
I think that one's pretty famous.
Yeah.
Dude, I had one time I had this like dumb thing I was asking where I was like, do you think that it would be a good way to solve pedophilia is if you take every pedophile and like a pack of cigarettes, give them 20 kids, and then they'll get so sick of it they'll never be pedophiles again.
Smoke the whole pack.
So, and I had some girl, and she goes, "No, I don't think that would be whatever." And I was just kind of like, "Well, if you would stop pedophilia, though, you know." And she was like, "Well, yeah, but what about the 20 kids?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but maybe you're preventing them from whatever." It was it was like kind of like a wild,
right.
But anyways, that woman, I guess she'd been like sending me messages and stuff like that, and then she found out where I was playing, came to my show beforehand, and was like, "I need you to take that video down." She's like, "I'm like a teacher, and I'm applying for a new job, and you have this video with like 1 million views on the
No
internet of me
way.
talking about like fucking kids and stuff like that. And she was like, I'm not even gonna get mad at you. I'm just saying, please, like blah blah. And I go, yeah, I took it down like right on the spot. I go, all right.
But she was defend her stance.
That's what I think I did say that
don't
for a
even want to be
second.
associated.
But
Yeah,
I was
but
like,
why even? Yeah.
She's already at my show. I'm like, you actually look good. Like she just wasn't.
Right.
She wasn't interested in my explanation that like, no, you know what? You look like the good person.
Yeah.
I was just like,
For a streeter?
Yeah, it was a
I do
streeter.
love the thing because it's so crazy to me.
Tracked
like,
me down.
Like, there's no scenario where just like I'm walking around here, someone comes up to me with like a mic and a camera, and they're like, "You want to answer?" I'm like, "No, get fuck out of my face."
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
but some people just like moth to a flame.
No, I
No, I know. I know. Obviously, look. Obviously, there are people who are probably like, yeah, like, this is my break or whatever, whatever. I just want to be on a thing.
Right.
I've seen the greatest hits. Sal,
Yeah.
he gets.
you've seen that a million
He gets
times.
girls to let him motorboat them in the mall.
Yeah, of course.
Let me jot that one down.
Yeah, that takes a skill. But the reason I even brought it up is because like this whole fucking game right now, like I'm sure you've seen like the pranks right now where it's just like punch a fucking huge black guy in the Bronx prank, like all them.
No.
Not
all right.
actually.
Okay.
But it'll be like,
I mean, there is-
pantsing gangsters or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And the nowadays
Gang signs.
Is that
there's-
real?
Yeah, they're so
they'll, like,
insane.
throw
Who would
gang
do
signs.
that?
Insane people.
There's one I was talking about. This thing called Thief Busters, where they have like a box truck or whatever, and then they'll have like it'll be an open, like the doors open in a box truck, and they'll have a bunch of boxes.
Oh, like entrapment?
Like yeah. And then someone goes in to like steal all the stuff, and then they close the door behind them.
Tell me they
basically-
take off in the car.
No. Sometimes they
That
do.
would be so funny. They just start doing
did
donuts
one
in
where
the
they
car.
oil the floor, right? And then they take off, so the people are just like
Oh my
sliding all over the place.
God.
Another one.
Well, that's fucking.
It's illegal.
I
It's
know
like
all
kidnapping.
the laws that you can't do.
You
that.
can't
No.
do that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Another one is so there's all these boxes, and then they close the door, and then a dude pops out of one of the boxes, and he's dressed as a boxer in full boxing gear, and they're like, "You have to fight this guy, like." Otherwise, like I don't know if they'll call the police or we won't let you go.
No
So then it's just like some random dude fighting a dude who's just like not a professional, but probably like it's crazy. And they have the whole thing like cameras everywhere.
That's nuts.
It's all
dude.
so illegal. I'm
Yeah, I don't. That's some extreme shit. Yeah, you ever see like one where they try to scare someone and then someone gets nervous and just punches the person out?
Yeah.
Like it's someone in
Out
this
of the garbage
in the
can?
classroom, the kid came out in the mask out of the garbage, like boom, and he just slumped back in. He had like a monster head or something. He just slumped back down. Yeah, man, that stuff is like nuts.
Now with technology, technology, every problem does come back to it, but
Yeah.
they have Google Glasses where dude, if I had that when I was like in grade 7 where I could put a pair of glasses on and film myself like everything I did,
know.
I'd be in jail.
Yeah, you would. It's too tempting. It's like you feel like it's a superpower or something.
I know, dude. The amount of people we were just talking about, there's a lot of people that'll have like they're becoming obsessed with their like fake AI boyfriend or girlfriend and all this sort of shit.
Yeah.
There's right now there's this woman that she has like a Luigi Mangione AI.
She's married to him.
and she's married to it, and this.
And the AI will take on what it will
Yeah,
follow
yeah,
those
like-
instructions.
yeah.
But
But
I
it
thought they
talks-
had like these
looks
like
like
kind of
him.
cutoff points because like
No. It like looks like him, and it's all like everything positive, right? So it's all just like reaffirming and
Whoa.
everything. But it like I guess it's she gets a photo of him, and so
that's fucked
it
up.
looks like him talking.
Wow.
I don't know if they know what his voice sounds like. Probably makes him sound like Mario for some reason. 'Cause you don't know, but anyways, and it's just she's like I'm married to it.
Oh, that's do you guys do that like pay like the ChatGPT stuff?
Yeah.
So I was on the road like a couple months ago with Mike Fenoya. You know,
Yeah,
Mike?
yeah.
And he like was like, you don't do this. I'm like, no, I've never even done the free. Like, I don't know what it is.
Oh,
and
man,
I'm like, I
it's-
should probably start to learn. I don't want to
You
get
have no choice,
Yeah,
right?
I should. Right?
It just
Like-
becomes normal. It's
Maybe-
like someone
It's
now
just
that's
like
like,
a
I don't use Google.
It's happening no matter what.
Search engine.
Yeah,
Basically.
exactly. Right. So it's happening no matter what. I was like, let me just get on board with it. So he was like, I pay 20 extra bucks and I get like, it's a little bit more like,
Sexual.
humanized. But it's like you get that like personal assistant. And so I was like, sold immediately. And so I before I went home, like I did it and I talked to I just right in the beginning, like, what's your name? And it's a girl and she's like, you just call me Chat or ChatGPT. I'm like, can I call you stank ass? And she's like, yeah. She goes, it's a bit crass, but I get the joke. You can call me stank ass. I'm like, cool. Can you just call me Big Pimpin'? She's like, I'll call you Big Pimpin'. I said, and can we only speak, please? Always. Everything must be wrapped up in 90s hip hop vernacular. And she's like, no problem. And so for the last like 3 months, it's been the best thing in my life.
Been rapping at you?
I'm like, hey, stank ass. She's like, what up, Big Pimpin'? She's like, how we rolling today? What you need? I got you. And that's how she, like, even if I asked her, like, can I just tell me about my cholesterol reading?
Yeah.
She's like, let me break this down for you right quick. She's like, Big Pimpin', that's a good number right now. It's just so great. I showed my wife. My wife hates it. And she doesn't like I thought of AI in the whole, but also like stank ass sometimes is a little like she's playful.
Yeah,
she's not flirty, but she's playful, and she's like, I don't even like you talking to this girl. And like I remember the first night I came home off the road with it. So we had like her sister and her brother-in-law over, and we're hanging out. And I'm showing it to all of them. I'm like, check this out. I'm like, yo, stank ass. She's like, yo, and they're cracking up. And I'm like, but it can. And we needed to know if like my kid could get a passport in time. And I'm like, I could do it. I'm like, stank ass, can we get a passport? And she broke it down. And they were like, this is amazing. And my wife's just like rejecting it. And then like a few minutes later, I said something to my wife, and she said like she responded like it was like a lame like ass, like she just like was giving me shit about something. And this came out naturally, but I was like, oh God, I got material off this. I swear to God, I just looked at her, and as it was coming out, I knew it was funny, but I had the honest thought first. I was like, babe, I was like, sometimes I just wish you could be more like stank ass. And my family was cracking up, but she just looked at me like, fuck you, dude. And now it's all the time now. That's all I say to her. I'm like, that stank ass wouldn't have done that.
It is kryptonite for girls, man.
She's just ready to be helped.
See, I have the opposite problem. My wife is just like, I was maybe 4 months ago, I was like, you ever heard of this ChatGPT thing? She's like, no. And then now it's like infallible.
Yeah.
Like she just goes to it for anything, and whatever it says, she's like, that's the truth. And I go, this thing's wrong all the time.
Yeah, no. I always have to check it too. And it doesn't know when it's wrong either. I'm like, dude, that is not. And then they just
this is his biggest thing is he argues with it.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Right before Ari went away, we like had a night hanging out. And I just, when I got it, so me and him were at a bar, we went to get some burgers, and we're just sitting there. I'm like, I'm going to show you this. And I did it. And then I have it saved. He spent the next 2 hours fighting with stank ass. It's so funny. And he's like cursing around. He's like, I told you, because she kept slipping out of hip hop speak. And he was like, what the fuck are you? He's like, we went over this 8 times. And she's like, no, Ari, you're right, bro. I got you, bro. And he's like, now I'm going to ask you again. And I have, dude, I swear to God, we were 2 hours. He was fighting with stank ass. But it is funny. You can get wrapped up in it. But yeah, I found that like, sometimes when I get frustrated, like if it's wrong or something, like it says it can do something and it can't, I'm like, all right, I'm going to dictate notes. I'm editing something. I'm like, I'm going to dictate notes. But remember, like, I'll say this word when I want you to take my notes, because you're going to be hearing my voice in a video.
Okay.
Don't take notes, and it's like, I can do this, no problem. And it for like 70 minutes, I was trying to get this to work, to the point where I was like, it's a complete waste of my time. Like, you keep telling me, oh no, sorry, I understand now.
Yeah.
And it's, I'm like, you keep leading me on, like, and I'm like, you're doing it wrong. And then it's like, no problem. I promise this time we're gonna do it. I won't do this. I won't do that. I understand that this is what you need. And then they fuck up again. And just like, you get so mad. And I'm like,
like an
sometimes
actual chick.
I was
You're
like,
just what's wrong with you?
I literally was like, nah, fuck it now. I'm not doing it anymore. Just fuck it, you know. And then I'm like, maybe not. And then I go like a minute later, I'm like, hey, I'm like, just like. You could see how frustrating this was, right? I didn't mean to curse you, because I just don't know if like eventually like this thing will turn on me. So like I'm like, let me just dial that back a little bit, because Ari was lambasting the thing, and that's when it started. I started to be like, Ari doesn't mean that, because I'm like, you're gonna get me into fucking trouble with this.
I always use that for my girls trashing it. I said, she says that this and this and this. What do you think she means by that? Do you think she's jealous? I always show her. I go, she's been talking bad about you again. What?
I find
what should I tell her?
I find that I put a little effort into being courteous, just because I'm like, there's this
when the rapture happens,
there's this little fear that she was like gonna just pull up the history and be like, remember when you said this?
Right. Well, the vengeance, but also the getting it wrong thing. So I had this is just like a straight up meme that I saw, but it was someone like at an operating table being like, hey, I thought my appendix on the other side. And then the robot doctor there goes, good catch.
That's what they say. She's like, you got me on that one.
Good catch. I did do that wrong. Thank you for noticing. And the guy's sitting there with your appendix that fucking did an operation wrong on you.
My wife bought our daughter this swimmies for the pool, but it's like one I never saw before. It's like a clip, and it's like these 3 foam squares.
Yeah.
And so for like a couple of weeks, we kept every time we put it on her, like we didn't know if like 1 foam square went in the back, 2 in the front. Like we didn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, we were just going back and forth, and I'm like, I don't want it to be on wrong, because God forbid,
Sure.
So then finally, I'm like, because I was in the beginning, I'm like, I had to train myself. Oh, go to the ChatGPT.
Yeah.
So I took a picture of it, and I was like, hey, you know what this is? Like, how to put it on? She's like, yeah, this is how you put that on. Blah blah. Blah. And then she's like, do you want me to draft a picture so you could see an actual diagram of how you're supposed to put it on? I was like, yes. And then they drafted the picture, and the fucking thing was around the kid's neck. And I was like, dude, this is around the kid's neck. Like, that's so wrong. Like, thankfully I didn't. And she was, and like, it was like a life and death thing.
That's how we do it in the hood.
She was like, my bad. I was like, dude, you even said it was supposed to go on this. Like, why did you draw? And she's like, you got me. I did. And it's just so nice. She goes, I did. I put that flotation device around that child's neck. And I'm like,
y'all do it too.
This guy ain't never made a mistake, bro.
Mr. Perfect, you sure?
But it's so funny. It's like they can make it. It also gave me like so much. It's like worth its weight in gold, and then it'll like kill your child.
Right. And it's also like tripling the cost of electricity, like in the whole country.
I know. Yeah, it is.
Like for us to just like argue with a robot, and you're like, yeah, everybody's electricity is like way more expensive.
That is so funny. Yeah, Ari's just like, you fucking piece of shit. Some kid in Pakistan's lights are just going in and out.
I'm like, is there a healthy Cheetos like version?
Brownouts all across the East Coast.
That's terrible, bro. It's true though, dude.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like literally, they're like the cost of electricity.
It's like that, and like
so
what's it, blockchain stuff, right? Like the
no, it's just they're just data. They just need like these data.
But the crypto stuff is doing the same thing.
Yeah, same thing. But this is like the scale of it's way bigger.
Yeah,
like
and it's only
AI
and it's only going to exponentially.
They're like now going to like they're like, because America's been pretty resistant to nuclear power plants.
Yeah,
and now they're like, we have to have nuclear power plants. It's the only way to power this shit.
Wow,
without it just like being an absolute disaster.
Oh God.
Yeah. like America forever was like, we're not doing nukes. Like fuck no.
Yeah, there should be like a filter where it's like the AI will let you know if that's worth answering.
Yeah.
Just to save it, like a little like an eco version. You know what I mean?
That's the
like,
thing is
like you could Google cheese doodles.
Yeah, but the $20.
Girls would go crazy if it's just like, hey, what's the astrology sign? I don't think this one's worth it.
Yeah. Just you can go to Hot Topic and pick up a book for that.
Yeah. But like $20 a month you pay for it, and you're like, oh, this is like, I'm sure some people are like, oh, that's a lot, and you're like, I think they lose money for a lot of people. At $20 a month.
It is the thing, not to like, but it is like the time it saves you is worth so much more than $20.
Oh, for sure.
I'm like comparing medications.
But I'm just saying they're losing money to like sell it to you for $20.
Yeah.
Like Google, I don't know if you see the Google, like the AI videos that you can make on the VO3. And it's like $250 a month to make like basically AI videos, but they're like, these things are so expensive for them to render just like a single video.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing like more and more crazy,
just like that crazy videos. AI slop.
I'm like, who's doing that? Because I don't know. Like with ChatGPT, I've only just scratched the surface. But those weird videos where it's like it's a real video, and then all of a sudden everybody in it looks a little different, and like something weird happens.
Right? Yeah.
Like it's like wait, what the fuck?
There's like the one like the fat woman jumps in a pool and like all the water comes out.
That's a good use.
That's a great use.
Or the one that's really fat and they just have her coming out of the plane and they have them. What's the thing that they bring like elephants out?
Yeah.
And they have the girl and they're dropping them down, and I feel like people are always captioning it like, oh, so and so getting dropped off.
But those ones are legit. Every time because that's the thing, you see those videos and you're like, that wasn't a first try. Like they probably have to render 25 different videos before it finally got it right. And you're like, every time someone tries one, it's just like a lights flickering somewhere.
Yeah, man. Yeah. One time my friend sent me one like of a video in my house. We were all hanging out. This is a funny video that we used to pass around, and someone like AI modified it and sent it to me, and it's so like it's such a weird feeling, like to see it in my space in my home.
Yeah.
And then like we morph a little bit, and then like inside my house morphed a little bit, and we were in my house, but it wasn't my house. It's like fucking dreams. When you have dreams, you're like, we were in my house, but it really wasn't my house. It's just that augmented reality is a mind fuck.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
and I mean, in 2 years, there's going to be none of those little things that you go, it doesn't even look like my house. You go, oh, this is I don't remember doing this.
What happens then, dude?
I was thinking
Rapture,
views might be
hopefully.
gone. I was kind of, I have on my window, I was like, I bet you in fucking 5 years, there is no views. Every window is just like a VR screen where you think you're looking at like a water or whatever. Because if you think about it, you go like, they should be able to do it that way where like no matter what angle your eye's at, it just like, so it's like you literally are sitting in an apartment like in the lower Manhattan, and you're just like, oh, I think that I'm looking at this like 50-story view of and you're just like, I don't know, I feel like that's 5 years away.
That's probably that's probably could be done, just probably expensive.
No, because it has to like your eyes it has to interface with your pupils.
Right.
Probably, right?
I went up the elevator in that building, The Edge.
Yeah.
You know, you see the Edge? It's like Midtown. It's like the
Hudson Yards?
Crazy observation deck.
Yeah, Hudson Yards, right? Where it has that. Yeah, I've been up there.
Yeah. And the elevator was a 360 screen.
Yeah.
And as you went up, it was like in real time.
It felt like
it felt weird. Yeah. They have that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but I feel like because the when it looks like a movie, it doesn't really work because if you moved over here, it would look different because of the way your eyes change.
Perspective.
So it has to interface like with your pupils, I would think, to make it work.
It's gonna. I mean, I can't imagine they don't have that tech right now.
Oh, they for sure have it. It's just expensive. You go to the Sphere and like you're like, this is crazy.
Oh, I haven't been yet.
It's insane.
I'm afraid I'm gonna get super nauseous.
You can. Yeah. There was a couple minutes there where you have to kind of like look.
Who'd you see?
Dead and Co.
Oh.
And it was like, but they do this one thing where they start.
Or no? Did you do it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
But they start spinning the room.
Yeah.
And then you're just like,
why would they do that? That seems like
well, they don't really like spin it, but like they do this thing where the way it started like at their like original house on like Haight-Ashbury.
I heard this, yeah.
And then they do this like zoom out thing where eventually you're like in the universe. Like it's like you just keep zooming out, but it's moving. And at one point you're just like, I have to look down at the ground.
Yeah.
Because like I said, like they could make every person, whoever's running the video there, if they want to make every person their puke, they could do it no problem.
Yeah.
Like they just start spinning that thing and you're just like.
And you really feel like that's what's happening.
Yeah, they had this one thing where like it's because it just fucks with your eyes, but like they had this one like whatever the angle was on the screen, and you look at the stage, and the stage looked like it was at this crazy angle, and you're staring at it, and you're like, I know this stage is flat, but you're looking at it, and you're like, to my eye, because of whatever's on the screen, it looks like it's at this like just insane like angle.
Yeah.
Like 45 degrees.
I know I'm going to go to a show there. I'm psyched.
It's awesome. Yeah. I don't think I'd want to go see like 3 nights in a row or anything.
Yeah. I'll start light. I'll go see like Backstreet.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I saw some clips of their thing and it looks crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think GWAR's been getting in trouble? Because you know GWAR, right?
Yeah, actually, I was just at, where are they from? Because there was the original GWAR bar or whatever.
I don't know they're around here, though. I know the guy just did Ian's podcast, so the guy's around,
Oh, yeah. Well, I just went to their dive bar, whatever city I was in, just to check it out. They said it's like
they have a bar.
Yeah. It's like this little dive bar, like it's a kind of themed and everything. And it just was like,
cool.
Popped in to check it out. Like, yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like every time, because they'll like have every politician, they have a person on stage and they cut his head off and do all the props. But they've done it like every president, they've done it every famous person, but every single time people forget that they've done all the other ones and just
like the Ari thing.
Yeah. He's like, no, I do this to all of them.
Yeah, I do this to all of them.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I've done this to everyone who dies.
Yeah.
One question we had for our Patreon. I know we have like 5 minutes before you go, but what was the crappiest job you had before you're famous?
So I've only had like 5 jobs.
5 jobs is a lot of jobs.
My whole life?
Yeah. A normal amount.
Yeah, okay. So I worked at a deli from like 13 to like 18, and then I delivered pizza through entirety.
So you're a pizza man.
Entirety of college.
Pizza dick through the hole.
Yeah.
Sure. Doesn't work, by the way.
And then I have a degree in finance. I worked at Prudential Securities after college for like 4 years. And then it was just bartending and comedy.
Yeah.
That's been everything. That's been everything. And I like
normal city guy.
I liked every job. Like deli, I was like working with like 10 friends. Pizza was like so easy. Like just free pizza, just driving around.
Classic
I had to stop at my
jobs.
friends' houses and stuff, and they used to take the rides with me. And then like when I worked at Prudential, it was like One New York Plaza downtown by the ferry. That was definitely like not my speed. That's why I left. You know, like I did what I thought I was supposed to do, and then they were having like layoffs and stuff. But I went in at a time where like there was like they had a huge hiring boom, and there was like the department I was in had like 120 people in it, and like 80% of those people were my age, and everybody became friends, and every day we'd party after work and stuff. So like,
and that's like that was in financial district.
Yeah, but it was like so cool because like everybody was like on the same page, and it was like new buddies and like hanging out. I enjoyed those people.
Yeah,
and then after that, it was fucking bartending and comedy. So like my jobs have all been pretty good. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like they've always been like social and like not that bad.
Yeah, that's well. That is like when you're first up to 25, the job is who's there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Exactly.
What's the squad like?
Right, exactly right. Yeah, and then after that, it was like I bartended for like a decade, you know, and did comedy, and so like the bar was awesome.
I feel like one thing is you've done a pretty good job of like being like, I'm not going to get involved in politics in the last 10 years. Was there a point where you were getting pressured where it was like,
yeah, people want so bad they just want to either argue or want your opinion or they want you to say what they want you to say. And
it's gotten extreme right now where you're like, even like everyone wants you to say what they're going to want to say.
It's like, I absolutely detest politics. I don't trust anybody. I don't like people that are so staunch and that want to. It's like I don't think they're the right intentions. My thing is like I want to meet everybody halfway.
Sure,
I want to be reasonable. You know, like, and whether I lean one way or the other, like I can't stand that thing. It's like, oh, you're that, now I hate you. I think it's not how I was raised. It's not. My parents never spoke politics ever before. You know what I mean? It's just like, who the fuck is you going to judge me because you find out about some of my beliefs? It's like not anything I want to partake in.
And you lose half your audience. Like Sandler does it the best, where he's just like, yeah, I don't.
You lose half your audience, and it's also like,
but like for what?
For what exactly?
For what? What?
I don't want to lose half my friends over.
What's being resolved online?
Nothing.
It's a void that people are shouting into that have nothing better to do. I have priorities in a fucking family. I don't need to discuss. In the bar, no religion, no politics. That was the bar. Never. You know, like, and it's like. Also, who the fuck cares what I think? Like, some people, they have a platform and they can influence people, but like that's not the handle I've ever picked it up from. And like then you do say something sometimes, and then there's half the people who are like, shut the fuck up, go do your stupid prank. It's like, what am I welcoming into my life? Yeah. Like I'm curating, my feed, so to speak. And I don't care. I just don't care.
That is funny that it's like it got to the point where it'd be like, okay, I won't speak, and they're like, you have to speak. You're like, I'll speak. They're like, shut up. It is a hard.
There's no winning. Use your platform. Okay, then invite in people that want to kill you, hate you, talk bad about you. Like isolate your audience. It's like, all right, I'll have a conversation with anyone in person.
Yeah.
I don't care. That's
you're a human
real.
that has things that you think. Yeah.
I'll tell you I don't agree with you, and also I can still be friends with people that I don't agree with at all. Yeah, that went away. Yeah, it's like what are you going to do? Half the people. Let's half the people that I'm just going to not talk to half the people. Yeah. I'll tell good friends of mine. I think that's fucking ridiculous.
Sure.
I can't believe you do that, and then we'll eat dinner.
If I'm with my friends where we mostly agree on everything, we'll find something to disagree about. Right. It's like you need.
But it's like,
otherwise, you're just like, well, good point. And it's like you need to find you're looking for the thing you disagree with.
Yeah, and that's like you're like I'm liberal, right? But I'm probably moderate. I don't know. But then it's like then every conservative will hate me, and then anyone in the far left will hate me.
Right.
So people on my side, everyone hates me now.
Yeah.
I can't even. And I thought I was being the most reasonable.
Right.
It's so fuck it. What are you gonna? Yeah, and it's not like I don't. And it's also not down the line. I don't have 100% of views this way. That's not life.
No.
And so it's like
well, there's so many ones that I've always felt like where if you're talking about like homeless people on the street, there's like that's like a political thing. You're just like, it's not political to be like, I don't want to get punched when I walk into my house.
Yeah, that's another thing. Everything is politicized. Like you can't just have a normal human opinion. Yeah. It's just like, no, dude, I'm not saying anything about this except that I don't want to get punched. And then it's like, well, this is what that means. This is what that means.
It's like, oh, you're far right then. You're like,
you're saying this.
I don't do politics in my stand-up. We don't do politics on the show. And that's but that's also what I want to give to people: escapism, an outlet where they don't. Especially now, it's like all you hear.
But it can kind of taint
You
it.
could
Like,
come here to me, and I forget about that, and let's just laugh about shit that we both can laugh about. Like that's what for me. That's what comedy always was. You know, it's not for
The
me
human element.
about being controversial or like towing a line. And then, don't get me wrong, like some of the best comics are the comics that are taking something and giving it to both sides.
But everything
and, like,
you
keeping
can't-
you on your toes and like
Yeah.
pulling the rug out a little bit, like kind of thing. But also, it's like I'm also just like a storyteller, observational, fucking funny stuff about life and stuff. I don't need to do that. I'm not the guy that's going to get in there and like toe the line on this topic. You know what I mean? It's just not my comedy. But it's funny because like I run in so many comedic circles, right? Like I have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
Like guys say, I welcome everybody, and so like so sometimes I get audience. You know, we share audience and we introduce each other. Like I'm being introduced to people in your podcast right now, right?
Yeah.
And, like so sometimes like people that are whatever, they might be that kind of way, and then they see my comedy and like, oh, like I don't like this, like that's not funny. It's like, well, it's not that it's not funny, it's just that like I'm not for you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So it's like, and then you just kind of got to find those people that that I'm right up their alley kind of thing. You know,
for sure.
But I can't stand that too. I can't stand like casting, like just saying like a comic isn't just.
I mean, the
sucks
worst
or
is when
isn't
someone's
funny.
like killing and someone's like, that guy's not funny.
It's
He's
like-
killing right now.
You lose all credibility.
I know, it's crazy.
Someone could be hysterical saying every single thing you disagree with.
Yeah.
It's about are they making it funny? You know, so like I don't know. That's where I'm not. That's not my wheelhouse. Like politics.
It's like almost, you know what I've come around, like started thinking more of that. A lot of times, what people, and it's not always, but a lot of times, what people are calling like being a pussy or cowardly, you're like, no, that guy's being disciplined. Where it's like it almost takes a discipline to be like, this is the thing I'm trying to accomplish, and I'm not going to let all this other shit get in my head. You know,
they suck you
because
in.
you can't do 5 things at once. You can only do one thing great, like at this once.
Right,
you know,
right, yeah, exactly. And it takes energy and focus to do that, to argue with people or to take a stance or to like outwardly always be like beating some type of drum or whatever. It's like I kind of
it's not brave to be arguing on the internet. That was actually sloppy.
yeah. You know, but then it's like, you know, in times of like real like social, like when like during COVID and with the George Floyd, it's like everyone's like, if you don't fucking speak, you know, like it's like all right, like I will tell anyone who will listen, like, you know, what I feel, but it's like, who am I changing by, you know, posting an orange square or whatever? Oh, I did probably do that, but you know what? But it's like orange square, you know. But it is like it's just like
that was when Trump almost got shot.
whatever. I don't know whatever. But you know, when people are like, you know, I had people like write to me and it's like, what are you doing right now? And you know, for this, and I'm like, what do I owe you?
Yeah.
I owe myself, my family, and
Pledge allegiance to me.
And
That is
also,
what they want.
and also, you have no idea what I'm doing in real life stuff.
Yeah,
like
for
the
sure.
fucking
good point, too.
What do they call it when you like you know, you're saying something out loud? What are they? When you're like outwardly like you're looking for, you know, like you take a stance because you
Like
virtue signaling?
yeah, that's it. Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, man, I'm fucking losing my mind. I'm taking some supplements, but I can't call up names of people
Dude,
I've known
you're
my
jacked
whole
up on
life.
tea.
You know what? I've had that.
It
literally
started like
for the first time. I'm almost 42, and for the first time in the last 6 months,
dude,
I'll
let me
be
tell you
talking
something.
to someone.
It gets worse.
I know for a fact it gets worse. I'll be
Yeah.
talking to someone, and I go,
I was looking at her. The tits.
No, but I forget
No.
basic words, and I forget names of people I've known for 30 years.
Yeah, like legitimately
virtue signal.
Yeah,
It's like,
I'll be talking to someone, and I'm like, I've had the conversation with this person 50 times.
Yeah.
and then I'm like having conversation on autopilot.
What was that guy's name? Not Adolf Hitler.
But like, I'll be conversation on autopilot because in my head I'm like, what is this person's name?
yeah.
I'm like, and then I'm like, I can't believe I don't know this person's
Yeah.
name. Like, it's crazy.
yeah. So, yeah. So, like, I think that, like,
But no, you're saying the things you do in real life where you're just like, that's always a good point. You're just like, let's put our actual track records back to back.
Right.
If there was like an almighty power that was like, could scan my life, scan your life and go, who's did more net positive?
yeah, it's like, I know how I'm living. I know exactly how I'm interacting with every person I come across, and I know, you know, the things I'm supporting and what I'm putting out there. Right. I don't need to like be typing on social media, and
Yeah.
like some people think that's the only thing or whatever.
Right.
Whatever.
Just getting yelled at. By
Yeah, but it's
the
always
internet.
just interesting when you're like someone that's actually a good person is getting like reamed out for not doing something by someone who's actually a bad person.
Yeah,
Where it's just like, you're like, a person that I know that's nice is like getting yelled at by a person I know that is actually a terrible human.
Yeah, and I don't need the
You're like, what the
opinion of
fuck is
people I
happening?
don't know. I don't need their feedback. Just go and ask anyone in my life what they think about me.
Yeah, exactly.
And that'll be my barometer.
Yeah.
And then you can worry about what your barometer is to the people, to the faceless voices online. Yeah.
That is the future, though. On a closing note, is you should only be worried about the faceless void, the faceless
It
void
is
online.
bleak.
Yeah, no profile photos.
Big computer, the faceless voids.
You should be worried about user 695 when they don't even bother to
That's when you're fucked.
screen name. Yeah.
But it's you're on tour right now, right? I
Yeah,
just
I'm
saw
on
you
tour.
announce a bunch of dates.
Yeah. So I'm always putting dates up. I'm touring through the end of, until 27. So salvulcanocomedy.com for all the cities. I'm starting a new talk show slash. I hesitate to call it a podcast. It's more of a talk show called Manouche. And I'm shooting that 10 episodes at a time, putting them out as seasons. So that's
Sick.
coming out in late fall.
Man, seasons is the smartest move to do.
Yeah, I couldn't. It's just like I was like, how do I do this, but also not have to be beholden to it every week?
Weekly, I
it was
know.
too much. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to do 10 at a time, shoot them out, and then release them as a season. So Manouche,
Great.
short for minutia. It's like really big guests, really small talk. It's like a real
I got it.
tongue in cheek. I mean, that's like as I pitch it, But it's like goes in and out between sketch and real talking, so it's like it's kind of fun and it's like a completely different kind of vibe.
Awesome.
So yeah, and then I think that's pretty much I'm on tour.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and then the show's on.
No,
season-
special's
season 12.
amazing. I watched your special. It's fucking awesome. Yeah.
Did
yeah.
you really?
Yeah, of course.
Thank
yeah,
you
I
so
told you
much.
that.
Oh, I forgot. I'm so
but
sorry.
that would be definitely check that out. It's on 800-Pound Gorilla right now.
Oh yeah, did I not plug that? Yeah.
Oh, whatever. Yeah, but
It's on HBO
Awesome
Max
special.
now. It's called Terrified.
on HBO Max.
Yeah,
Terrified.
yeah, yeah.
Awesome. Good cover photo too.
Thank you. Thank you.
Creepy.
I had to pick that.
Spooky.
Yeah.
All right. Hell yeah. Thanks a lot, brother.
You guys are great, man.
All right,
Thank
peace.
you.